Hello, my panda pals. Welcome back. First of all, I want to give a huge thank you to everybody for all of their kindness, all of their support. If I'm being honest, it has not been the best couple of months for me. Every new thing that happens is way worse than the last thing that happened. And I just can't tell you how grateful I am for everybody's kindness. It has honestly helped lift me up so much, and I'm forever grateful. With that said, I hate feeling stagnant or like I'm standing still. I always have to be doing something. And so with that said, we are going to be getting back into our regularly scheduled programming. Today, we're going to be doing the first part of the Happily Ever After recap of Season 8, Episode 14. Let's get right into it. Sit down, buckle up, and let's go for a ride. Let's kick things off by getting the couples where nothing really happened in this episode out of the way. With Kobe and Emily, the ceremony for the bride price happens and Emily gets traded in for a goat, a couple of umbrellas, a couple of shirts, a few pineapples, and I think like $1.50. And I do not mean $150, I literally mean $1.50. With Thais and Pat, the dinner, colossal mess. Carlos calls Jose out, John calls Thais out, Pat calls John out, disaster. Thais later on tells Pat that she no longer wants to pay rent on the apartment in Brazil, which bums Pat out. They go out to dinner with Thais' friend, who do not like Pat, who do not like John, and they basically just dig into both of the men, giving them a whole bunch of shit.
E você trata ela direitinho? O John é uma má influência para você.
And the night ends with John calling one of her friends a slew and then having her throw water at him. With Lauren and Alexi, the pair are arguing because Alexi feels like Lauren lied to him by setting incorrect expectations of what his responsibilities would involve during the time that she was healing. The thing that bothers me about this is Alexi knew that Lauren could not do anything for 6 weeks. The fact that he thinks Lauren set the incorrect expectations, like how are you not aware of what it takes to A, keep your household running, and B, keep your children alive? Anyway, Alexi tells Lauren's mom that he is gonna get back at her for making him go through all of this suffering by going on a long, luxurious trip, as if that is gonna have any effect on her. Bro, it sounds like she already does 100% of the work. You leaving on a long trip is not the punishment that you think it is. If anything, it kind of sounds like it might be a blessing because she'll have one less child to worry about.
The second I come to work, she starts. I'm like, stop bitching already. You wanted this. She chose this way, you know?
Oh my God.
Now, for the good stuff. After failing to good cop, bad cop Rob into becoming a decent human being, Sophie and Claire meet up at the diner so that they can regroup.
Can you tell me what grit is?
Grits are like eggs and sugar.
No, they are the not! How are you a waitress in a diner in Texas and you don't know what grits are? Eggs and sugar? That is a meringue, bitch! Or a custard! Damn! Claire tells Sophie that she is emotionally hungover from last night, and honestly, I'm not that surprised. She kinda really let it out last night.
Own that like a real man. Stop, let me finish. You're a horrible, nasty person to my daughter.
Sophie tells us that she really doesn't know what her next steps should be, and that it's really getting difficult for her to have any kind of hope for the future of her marriage. Sophie tells us that she's been texting with Rob and he has been asking her to come home while putting the blame on Claire for basically being the cause of why their relationship isn't working.
She was a bit too hard on him. I just want him to apologize for at least, making her cry.
Sophie needs to stop focusing on getting Rob to apologize. We all know that Rob's apologies mean absolutely nothing. They are worthless because they have no sincerity behind them. He's not apologizing because he wants to. He's not apologizing because he realizes how his actions have hurt the people around him. He's apologizing because he knows he has to in order to appease you in this moment. Claire tells Sophie not to respond to him right now because they are having an important discussion and she kind of wants some peace from him.
Like, I know he's hurting and he wants you and all that, but he was awful last night.
Yeah.
Claire goes on to ask if Sophie has any plans on walking away, and she tells her mother that she is not committing to any one decision right now. Claire tells her that that's fine, but she really needs to think up a plan B.
Like, I don't want to leave Rob, go back to England, do all that. Like, I'd rather not. I'm gonna be divorced at 24.
And be divorced at 24. I know that Sophie is worried about like being judged that she got divorced so young, but honestly, I would much rather people judge me for being divorced at such a young age than having them judge me for being married to a toxic, abusive, disrespectful, emotionally immature, dishonest, manipulative, gaslighting son of a bitch. Claire tells us that Sophie usually makes sensible decisions, so she doesn't normally have to worry about her, but Rob is her Achilles heel, and she is a straight up dumbass when he is involved. She tells Sophie that she should not move back home to Rob because he is an unhealthy and toxic person, and Sophie does agree and say that she's gonna stay at Kay's house for the next few days. She does say that she has to stop by the apartment so that she can pick up some stuff and talk to Rob about what her plans are.
I already see the lecture coming.
Oh, God,
Why are you running away from your problems again? Meow, 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 meow.
Claire offers to go with her because maybe he might be less inclined to lecture her in her presence. And Sophie's like, yeah, and maybe he'll take this opportunity to apologize to you, which will then show me that he's not the biggest dick in the world.
He's a dick to me, yes, but as a person, like, I care about him so much. I need to
Really weigh out the pros and cons of the relationship.
Okay, for my edification, will somebody tell me what the pros are of dating him? Seriously, to all of the people who are constantly bagging on Sophie and like fingering Rob's butthole like they get paid an hourly for it, what are some things that you would add to the pro column of why she should stay with Rob or not?
This is the last time. Like, I don't want to be unhappy forever.
Yeah.
Sophie and Claire head back to the apartment so that Sophie can inform Rob that she will once again be moving into Kay's house for a hot minute.
I really hope that Rob can be understanding. If we can get through this without him blowing up, then that's really going to show me that he may be able to change.
Oh my God. Will someone please inform Sophie that Rob is never gonna change? Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't have the capacity to change. I have met people who are absolute trash fires and they've settled down and become good partners when they have met someone that is worth changing for. Someone needs to tell Sophie, Rob just does not love her enough to change. Cause if he did, we wouldn't be here. As you can expect, this visit does not go that well. Rob is immediately pissed that Claire is here.
I just don't feel like Sophie and I can really get anywhere with this person constantly in Sophie's ear. He's stealing your sparkle or whatever the hell she comes up with.
I get that Rob is frustrated. It is not easy to constantly be shit on. However, she is stating facts. If you are getting sick and tired of being confronted for being a terrible person, you could try not being a terrible person. How are you gonna sit there and tell us that it's her imagination when she says he's stealing her sparkle? This was Sophie before she met you. This was Sophie after. Like, sparkle where? Rob does say he's gonna suck it up and try to be the man that Sophie wants him to be, which is a wonderful sentiment, but can only happen when he starts taking accountability for his actions. And based on his response to Claire's presence here, that is not gonna happen anytime soon.
I got that for you.
Oh, thank you. Look, you got it for me.
Oh my God.
Thanks. I'm gonna name him. I don't know what I'm naming him yet.
Oh my God. Do you know how shitty Rob has to be treating Sophie on a day-to-day basis for her to be this impressed and this happy that he bought her a $15 Squishmallow off Amazon? I don't even think Sophie's bar's on the ground anymore. Honestly, I don't even know if it ever existed.
I don't know. It definitely wasn't what I expected, and I'm almost like, I don't even want to do what I came here to do.
Girl! You know what? You could lead a horse to water. Can't make her fucking drink, though.
This one I just felt wasn't big enough, so I bought them both.
Oh my God, Rob! Whatever did Sophie do to deserve such largesse? Sophie is giddy with glee, and Claire is looking so upset that she has a daughter with basically zero standards, which, honestly, she's probably largely to blame for that. Rob does apologize to Claire for hurting her feelings, and then she apologizes to him for raising her voice. Rob then scoots in and he's like, so what are you girlies up to? What brings you by my neck of the woods? And then Sophie's like, well, I kind of feel bad now because you bought me such a thoughtful, amazing gift that completely erased the years of manipulation, gaslighting, dishonesty, and abuse.
Oh, God, here we go. She's going to stay. because she loves a squidgy. And he's like making a big effort. Oh my God, I can't listen to this.
But, surprising absolutely everybody, Sophie tells Rob that while she does appreciate the gift and appreciates the apology, she still needs a few days to be on her own and think things through and process everything.
Isn't going well, and it's not going to end well if it continues. Maybe you'd really...
You told me the same thing when you moved out before.
Oh, well, gee, Einstein, I wonder what that could mean. If Sophie is leaving for the same exact reason that she left last time, then that must mean shit hasn't changed, has it? Sophie very calmly asks Rob if he understands why she cannot just come back home and pretend like everything is okay and nothing bad happened. And obviously he doesn't respond because he doesn't know.
I really appreciate Rob's apology to my mom, but at the same time, it's like, one cute squishy isn't just gonna take away everything that's happened the past few days.
Sophie leaves to pack up her things, and Rob is definitely not pleased.
This is some bull. I apologized to Claire. I got Sophie a gift.
You didn't acknowledge or address the behavior. Ugh, this is maddening. He really thought that $15 and the words "I'm" and "sorry" in the same sentence was gonna absolve him of everything. Legitimately, this man thought that this was all of the effort it would take to fix this marriage.
Claire is absolutely responsible for this.
It's pushing me to a place where things might get out of hand. This woman is my worst nightmare.
And that, my Panda Pals, is all I have for you today. A huge shout out to all of my Panda patrons and Panda benefactor. You guys are the absolute shit. If you like this video, you want to stick around for more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to learn how you can provide additional support to me in this channel, go ahead and click that link in the description so that you can learn how to become a Panda patron. This video is obviously dedicated to the most perfect puppers I could have ever asked for, Miss Chewbecca Buddington. Thank you to everyone who commented on my community post offering their support and their condolences. It has been an incredibly difficult time, and it's helped me feel a lot less alone. It's just really helped lift me up and feel a lot better. So thank you. I am eternally grateful to have all of you Panda Pals with me on this journey. And yeah, it's difficult, but I know it's gonna get better. With that said, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. I'll catch you next time. Bye.